Hey, good morning, guys. It's Goose here. It is Tuesday morning, the 23rd. Going to go over my watch list. Got a lot cooking today. Market futures look like they're down pretty big, 384 or so right now on the Dow. So I got a couple names on watch I wanted to go over. I figured it might be a little bit easier to talk this out with you guys for five to 10 minutes and go over a couple names that I'll watch and a couple things of how I'll play this morning. So I'm going to jump right into it. Hopefully you guys have checked us out over at STN. We do have a free trading floor over there. And if you're just joining over there, just feel free to hit up any of our moderators, Ricky, Titus, myself, MT, if you have any questions or want to go over anything. I want to remind you guys to read the disclaimer. Nothing I'm covering is any type of solicitation. It's just my thoughts, maybe show you a little bit about how I do things or how I look at things on the daily. And again, any questions, feel free to hit me up. I got thick skin, been in the business a long time, so if you don't like what I'm doing or you want to hear some more of something else, let me know. Just shoot it over to me, and I'm happy to try to help out. So anyway, I'm going to jump right into this, and I'm going to go over a few symbols first. And first, I just want to start off with ATVI, and an ATVI that I'm real hesitant to throw out any longs right now with the market looking like what it's going to open. But I do have this on my watch, and what I'm looking at here is this prior, daily support up at the 68 level. And I think, right now, as you can see, it's a little bit below that, which is fine because my next level I had written down was this monthly pivot, if you could see. But I am looking for, a bounce in this ATVI. I know it's kind of below all the numbers, which most of them are over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Obviously, the market's coming a lot, but this will be one of the names that has some pretty decent range. It's had some nice gap ups that I'll look to on buying the weakness off certain daily levels. So ATVI, I'm just going to have my eye on. If it wants to hold one of these levels and the market starts swinging back up, it doesn't have to go green on the day, but it could go from being down 350 to down 100 or 200 or something like that. And this can make a nice little jump back up, and it should have some pretty decent range. So I'll keep my eye on ATVI. Let me move on to the next one. I have BABA written down also. So these are the only two really that I was just kind of keeping my eye for a potential turn on. And you could see I had written down the 143 level. You could see there's a monthly pivot right here. It's kind of holding that level already pre-market, but I wouldn't be surprised if it washes through that. So I don't want to be first in on this. I'll probably see how the market settles in after all the imbalances and things like that and see what the panic's about. But I will look for a turn in it just because it breaks here. Obviously 140 is going to be a mental level on BABA, but I think it's come in pretty decent over the last few days from 150. I think we looked at it over here as a long. It did pretty well, and it kind of pushed up into that 20 days, pulled back, and I kind of look at this as maybe a retrace area off 140, off that short-term window of about a week and a half. So I do want to watch BABA for a potential turn and a long today. Now going into a couple shorts that I want to watch for today is start off with Harley Davidson came out. And I wasn't overall. I think they put up on an adjustment a pretty big beat on their earnings per share, but I wasn't overall impressed with the numbers. And unfortunately, it's already coming in a little bit. But what I was looking for on this, I look at Hog at Harley Davidson as kind of a broken stock. It really broke all this daily support level here, and I want to fade anything that pushes back into it. So I wrote down 40.60, which would be the pre-market high. As you can see, this 40.60 area is also a monthly pivot. So I would love to utilize this as an opportunity, especially in this heavy market, to fade Hog if it pushes back up into that prior support level, which is new resistance, as well as a monthly pivot. So I really like the Hog idea as a potential for a fade. The other two that I wanted to talk to you guys about are both down real big this morning. I just want to show you how I'm going to play these guys. First of all, going over to Caterpillar, it's down a lot, obviously. Let me pull it up over here so I can just see how many points it's down right now. But yeah, it's down almost 10 points. And what I do on this is I go from the prior close to where the low is pre-market to get an idea range-wise where it might find some resist. So right now, it's obviously coming in as I'm talking to you, but I'll do this live with you so you can see, is I'll drag this fib down to the low and just get an idea. And this is what I'll use as a guide for the open. So if I see an imbalance, a little purchase at the open or something like that, and it pops up to this 124 window, which is right between the 50 and 60%, a lot of times I'll put a starter on for a fade. And a lot of times you'll see those things, they'll hit so fast in the first candle, and then they'll just continue to fade all day. So Caterpillar, I think with the market being heavy and everything, I think this is going to be a really nice fade. And these are kind of like go-to trades for me on a heavy market looking for a retrace on for a fade. So I like those type of moves, and that's one of the things I'm definitely going to be watching for today. So right now, if everything stayed as it is, and you can see it's kind of broke all these levels here on the daily on Caterpillar we're talking. That's how I'm going to look to play it. Is I'll look for a push into this 124, 125 area, and I'll look to fade it back towards lows. Next thing is on the other one I want to watch is 3M. Obviously, this is coming in a lot, and this is the one that, man, numbers were really bad on. Guidance was bad. Everything that looks real nasty on this. You can see I kind of drew this a little bit ago, and this will be I'll play it exact same way. And all I'm doing is just going through the motions of showing you how I would look to play something like this. So market's heavy. Look for any kind of strength. Whether it's short covering, whether it's some people, but trying to bottom fish down here, whatever it is, for a push to get it back up into that 195 area. And then I'll also use, if it extends through that, that's okay. I might start here, and then I'll watch these other levels like this weekly pivot. Obviously, I don't think it will get up in this area, but if it does, that'd be beautiful. But 3M is definitely going to be a name that I'll look to fade. I want, this has huge range, so make sure that you size yourself accordingly if you're looking to fade these type of things. Don't look for a 50 cent out, in my opinion, is when you're starting a position. I always expect to be red a little bit, because if I'm going to start here, I'm expecting and hoping to add here. And why would I start here is because it is a key level, and that if it hits here and comes right back down, I want to at least be in the trade to get the whole idea of my trade is for the retrace and the refade it. So that's why I'll start at a certain level, maybe the 50% retrace area. Just a quick note I want to show you guys also, because I'm on voice, it's a little bit easier sometimes, is I want to go back to ESEA yesterday, and I just want to show you guys how patience might pay off. And I wasn't here. I had some AC issues in the house yesterday, so it's kind of threw me off yesterday. But I was looking back at this, and I just want to show you, like, trying to be on the front side of this, how much you could have gotten hurt. And I know there's another mover today. TRPX is up a lot. I just want to show you sometimes how patience will pay off on some of these things. And you could see kind of like, this is afternoon, okay? But you could see kind of, this was a level from early in the morning, and look what happens once it broke that in the VWAP. And whatever high you want to use, if you want to use this 320 as an out or whatever it is, if you would have just waited all day long for this setup, for it to break VWAP and break this support level, look at how nice of a trade and stress-free trade you could have had. It never went back over 3. You could have just faded it down at that 280 area, wherever your entry would have been, anywhere in there, and you could have gotten, it hit as low as 215, but you could have gotten a nice, easy trade, with I guess 40 cent risk or whatever, but I don't even know you would have had to, have that whole risk. But I'm just pointing these things out because sometimes we're trying to be first in and guess the high, and I want to be this candle right here, and of course we all do, and fade it back, and then I want to show it on Twitter and say, hey, look at how I top tick this thing. Listen, it's not like that. Listen, sometimes all you have to do is be really patient on these things. Wait for the setups to come. And I'm not saying that you can't fade it through here using high of the day and stuff like that. I wasn't here for that. But I do want to show you that's above VWAP still. And this is above the 5-minute 20. But if you really would have waited all day long for it to break 5-minute 20 and the VWAP, you still would have had a pretty sick trade on this thing, especially with conviction. I mean, it was heavy. So try to be patient. I know TRPX is going this morning. Who knows what it's going to do? I'm not going to start guessing and saying, yeah, it's going to hold here and go back up or whatever. I always do draw retraces on it just to get an idea. So I'll pull it up this morning. It's on one of my other charts, and I'll just kind of see, how much has it pulled back this morning. And you can see right off that monthly pivot, you can see it's holding the 60% area right now. But I won't get long on it, pre-market, especially with the way the market's acting. But you can see how it held that and popped right off that. That level's $7. It's given $1 since that. So if you don't believe in fibs, maybe you should start taking a look at them at least, whether you build them into your trading plan or not, who knows. And I encourage you guys to, stay in stocktraders.net and ask around. We play a lot of retrace plays, and they're pretty good to us. And, we use obviously for fibs for that. So if you want to learn about them, ask away, and any of us could help you. You want to learn about the fundamental stuff, ask Ricky. He's always posting new videos out for everybody. And Titus is a master of all. So, listen, guys, we're here for you. Hopefully you guys like what we're doing. Let's have a real safe day today. I know it's kind of a funny list today, but I did want to go over a few names, give you some ideas. When the market's like this, guys, these are the days, and I've told you guys this. I know traders that will just literally sit on their hands all day because it gets so choppy because of the range of the market. And whether you're trading futures or whether you're trading the stocks, I mean, you'll just keep getting chopped out of names, and the setups will be there. So be really, really patient and wait. Don't get whipsawed today. Have a really good plan, stick with it, and let's have a really good Tuesday, second day of the week. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. If you like what we're doing here, make sure you hit the like button and keep things rolling and tell your friends about us as well. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.